Welcome back, everybody, to the FantasyFlo podcast. We're doing football today. We got top 12 QBs, and we're going to talk about the remaining free agents that have not been picked up. So tune in. So I shouldn't have said tune in, you know.
Thank you for tuning in. Because basketball's over. We've been to football, baby.
Yes, so everybody knows the NBA Finals has officially been done.
Yes.
For 2 days.
Yes.
And we're on to football. That's just business as usual on football. Mm-hmm. So let's just jump into this, man. Top 12 quarterbacks. Y'all all got y'all list?
Got my list ready, man.
Yeah, go ahead. Start it off, bro.
You want me to go with mine?
Yeah, start it off.
Go ahead.
All right. I mean, I hope y'all boys don't judge me for this, but
and it's based off fantasy.
Yeah.
Correct?
Well, no. Well, yes.
Okay.
Both.
Both? All right. No problem.
No, but fantasy, yes.
Yeah,
more
fantasy.
so fantasy.
Okay.
But,
right.
You know, there's one person in there that might have not been so much fantasy. Could have been a little biased. But it's still truthful.
I hear you.
Anyways.
I think, okay, let's get through it.
Go ahead. Get into it.
All right. Yeah. Number 1, I got Patrick Mahomes.
Tier of his own.
He's there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Mm-hmm.
2, I got Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you. 3, I got Lamar Jackson.
Big money, Jack.
4, I got Allen. And I know he slid, but I got him at 4.
Okay. That's him.
And then 5, I got Burrow. 6, I got Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Let me add a caveat to that, because Fields can possibly raise through that.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, but I put him at 6 just out of respect for Burrow and Allen.
All right.
I put Herbert. I still kind of feel on the fences about that, but just, you know, the trends of fantasy and how it's always been, I always win. I went Herbert. And the next person, it may shock y'all, but, you know, not y'all, but, you know, viewers, Tua. I got Tua at 8.
Tua time, baby. Tua time.
I got Tua at 8. Y'all got to realize this man Tyreek Hill was out here balling. And
he said he wasn't going to do that.
Exactly.
With Tua at quarterback.
So almost led the league in yards.
Yes.
So after that, another old name but young player but has something to prove, Watson. He's also in my mind a caveat.
And you got Watson at what?
9.
All right.
And he's a caveat like Fields, because he was a top 5 back like 2 years ago at least.
Yeah, that he was. He was top 3.
Top 3 maybe. Yeah. So
I think he was top 3 at one point.
Yeah. Remember when Reggie was talking that foolishness?
Oh my God. He's been talking a lot of foolishness lately.
Anyway,
for sure.
So now at 10, this is where it gets a little dicey for me, because I'm not 100% sure how I feel about Lawrence yet, but I think he has enough weapons to be a top 10 quarterback. And so I put him at 10. And personally, as much as I hate putting him on this list, and because the team he's now on, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
At 11.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And Geno Smith, people got to put respect on Geno. He was actually like a top 7 quarterback last year.
Geno?
Yeah. That's who I got for my 12.
All right.
Which one of y'all boys want to go next?
I'm gonna let Vic, go ahead.
Let me go?
Yeah.
All right. I got number 1, Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tier of his own, Super Bowl winner. It's hard to beat that man. If he's not on your number 1, you're a fanboy for somebody else.
Yeah.
This is where I switch up from you, Alex. I got Fields at 2. He won me the shit last year.
Wow.
His schedule's not that hard again.
Mm.
So fantasy-wise,
he got a receiver, and he has 3 decent receivers now.
Yeah.
A top tight end.
Yep.
Let me not rate him as a top tight end yet, but he's a top tight end in my mind. I would actually give him top. You know, fuck it, 5.
Top 5. All right.
Top 5 court tight end. Yeah, go on.
3, I got Hurts. And the reason I have Fields above Hurts is because the Eagles have supposedly the hardest schedule this year. So it's going to be tough for him.
Rightfully so.
To pick, yes, because last year they had
the easiest.
Bottom 3 easiest.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a real test for Hurts. So I had to put him just under Fields, but I do expect him to put up numbers 4, Lamar Jackson. 5, Trash Allen, unfortunately. 6, Burrow. 7, I have Tua. I have Tua above Herbert.
I'm not mad at it.
Tua has even more speed this year. Hopefully he don't get hurt. And if he don't get hurt,
he bulked up too.
He learning judo. Let's see what we can do with it. So
and if we get Dalvin, he's staying upright.
Yes, sir.
But we will talk about that.
Yeah. So like I said, 8, Herbert, 9, Deshaun. I do think now he had some time to play with his teammates. He still got Chubb. He's gonna have a good season this year, all right?
Mm-hmm.
10, Rodgers. I know he's on the Jets. They got Jets as a top 10 team this year. It is the 2-time MVP. Garrett Wilson is top 10 receiver
last
now.
year, though. He was real regular last year.
He was real regular.
And Christian Watson, when he finally got together, he was balling. So
yeah,
if
yes, he was.
Yeah,
yes, he was.
He started rough, but he was balling.
I think Rodgers can bounce back. He's either going to bounce back, or it's going to be the Russell Wilson situation they had last year.
No, I just think it's either he bounces back with a better season, or he's more of the same of last year.
More mediocre, pretty much.
Yeah,
I feel that.
But go on.
11, Lawrence. 12, Geno.
I mess with that. What you got, bro?
Y'all niggas tripping.
Oh my God.
Y'all boys tripping, man.
No, we not.
Listen, I think we all agree Pat Mahomes,
yes,
number 1.
Yes.
This is where y'all lose me.
Okay.
Josh Allen is going to be at my number 2 spot.
Take him.
Because Josh Allen is fucking balling.
Well, go on.
Josh Allen is balling.
All right.
All right?
I'll debunk it, but it's okay. Go on.
That motherfucker Josh Allen definitely deserve to be at 2.
He balls?
I disagree, but go on.
For how many seasons now has this man fucking balled the fuck out? Fantasy-wise and in real life. Number 3 is Jalen Hurts. Now, their schedule might be tough, but it's still Jalen Hurts.
It's Jalen Hurts.
They got good receiving options over there. They got a solid team that just went straight to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I don't see him falling off.
Okay.
Number 4, Lamar. 5, got to put Burrow there because, I mean, let's face it, he still has his solid go-to receivers.
Yeah.
And he going to do his thing. Fields is 6. He did get some additions on offense, some wide receivers last season.
Yes.
And then he still got Mooney. He got Claypool last season.
Yep.
And who else did he get over the offseason? They got somebody else recently, didn't they?
Did they replace the running back situation, or they're
lost.
just going with Khalil Herbert?
They got Herbert. And I think they got somebody else there.
I don't think there's no running back, but other than that, it's the tight end. What's his name?
Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
There's nothing really else. They had a receiver that they drafted last year, but he didn't really amount to much yet.
You sure they don't have another running
N'Keal
back?
Harry's probably there too.
Not really sold on him yet.
Yeah, but as far as running backs, no, it's the Khalil Herbert show.
So Fields at 6. At number 7, Herbert.
Yep.
I got Trevor Lawrence at 8.
Trevor Lawrence at 8.
I got Trevor Lawrence at 8 because Trevor Lawrence, he stepped into big dog status last season.
He made some playoffs. Yeah, he did his thing.
He gonna continue to grow. That team is good, and I just don't see him. He's either gonna meet or exceed his expectations. I think this season
he's gonna exceed it for the fact that you got Calvin Ridley on the other side with Kirk.
Exactly, and we've already seen stuff about him in the news. Lawrence gonna be that guy. Like I would take him. I wouldn't draft a quarterback high. I'll focus on getting like running backs or wide receivers and tight ends before I go and pick anybody else up and try to get Lawrence.
Yeah,
because I think he's gonna be solid.
I hear that.
At number 9, I got Dak there, but I don't really think Dak is gonna do that well.
Wait, boy.
I am not.
No, you did not put Dak in there,
I
bro.
am not putting Dak.
I got Dak at number.
Sorry.
I got Dak at number 9
because they're actually. I don't know why these critics are out here talking about this is going to be the greatest season for the Cowboys, but they think that they're going to have a amazing season.
They say that every year, and I don't respect.
If Dak can stay healthy, they're going to be fine.
I would never draft Dak again. He burned me.
The only
twice.
issue that I have with Dak is his health. Other than that, he's still solid. I'm not gonna draft him though, but he's still at number 9.
So if you late picks, Lawrence gone, all these quarterbacks gone, and Dak's up, you wouldn't take that?
Nah, and I'm gonna get to that soon.
All right.
So at number 10, I got Deshaun Watson. Now we still got to see how everything gels over there.
Yeah.
But Deshaun Watson was doing his thing when he played for the Texans, and I don't see him falling off.
With nobody.
Yeah. So, I mean, you add a solid running back, you add some good receivers. You got Donovan Peoples-Jones over there who balled out last season.
Moore just pulled up.
You got Moore.
And they like him a lot.
They got options over there.
That they do.
And
I got Tua at 11. All right.
You're being realistic. I feel you. But
Tua did his thing last season. He did his thing.
He did.
And then he had them concussions. But he did when he was hot, he was hot.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I want to push back on that is you do realize he was like statistically the best quarterback in the league.
I understand that.
During his
100%.
stretch.
We talking about
100%.
we talking about fantasy.
No,
here.
but that even translated into fantasy though. Fantasy.
But it wasn't the whole season long though.
It wasn't the whole
barring injury, he was the best.
Yeah,
He was good
in fantasy.
He was the best.
but that's all depending on injuries, and we just got to see what going on with Miami.
You're right.
We got Waddle, we got Hill. All right.
Barrios.
I don't know what our
Chosen.
We got Barrios.
Chosen.
I don't know what our tight end situation is like. Our running back situation. I don't know what's up with that.
We got Mostert.
If we get Dalvin, that'll be great. It'll probably help out. But as of right now, I'm playing it safe. I'm leaving Tua down there. I wouldn't make Tua my QB1, but he would if he was available, I'd get it as my second quarterback.
Respect.
If he's available.
Respect.
I don't disagree with you. I just think that when it comes down to like if you're doing snake drafts and things like that, like there's a point where you get into no man's land, and then you're picking up the guys that just do enough.
Listen, I guarantee you, because of the worry about his injuries, Tua is not going to get drafted at 11. That man going to fall.
I'm basically ranking him where I think he's going to finish.
Okay. Well,
that's how I look at that. I think he could finish his top 8.
Well, in the draft, you ain't drafting him at 8. You going to get your best options before you even get to him.
I always choose a certain quarterback caliber, and I don't have Tua there yet because of the injuries. So if you're not a top 5 quarterback, I probably don't want you, and I'll probably reach for you. That's just how I draft.
If you reaching for Tua, Tua gonna be a reach.
Yeah, you don't need to reach
what round
for
you
Tua.
get
You don't need
him
to reach
in.
for Tua. No.
You don't need to reach, but I think that he'll definitely pay off if you do get him.
That's a possibility.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But, not pay off if you reach, but I'm saying if you pick him up in a reasonable time, it should pay off.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah. But he for sure gonna drop. And then at 12, I got Daniel Jones, and I honestly wouldn't even mind switching Tua for Jones and putting Tua at 12 and put Jones at 11 because Daniel Jones is a good quarterback.
He's solid than Geno.
He's solid.
He's not better than Geno.
Daniel Jones is a good quarterback.
Running quarterback.
They got a good system over there. The same guy who molded and made Josh Allen what he is over there coaching for the Giants.
That, and I think that he will
we
develop.
Already saw flashes of that last season.
He developed.
He's good. Even when Eli was there, before Eli left and retired, Daniel Jones was showing flashes that he's good in the right system. So we gonna see, bro. But that's my top 12.
I gotta push back on that, bro. Only because Daniel Jones he's good and he's going to be better. And I'm not 100%. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's bad. I'm just saying you disrespecting Geno because not to mention he did it. He went through last year where nobody even thought he was anything.
Not at all.
And then he came out there and finished top 7 for sure. I know it's got to be top 7.
They thought DK was going to fall off because he's at
exactly. The receivers didn't lose a beat, and then he adds the best receiver in the draft to that team as well. You add another running back to complement Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
The line's already solid. The defense is solid. Geno is chilling, bro. He is chilling.
He's in a good position.
He's in a great position, bro. And so if you're gonna tell me which squad and which quarterback I like more, I would definitely take Geno, and I would definitely take the Seahawks squad over the Giants squad. I think the Giants defense is better, but I think they definitely held their hat on defense last year. And then he got, and they were, depleted in the receiver room. So it's hard to gauge what Daniel Jones is as a true quarterback, but I know that with the running, and then you got to remember, it's also a possibility Saquon sits out this year because he want that money, and they already have got to one point where they were like, look, bro, like we not trying to pay both of y'all this buku money.
So that actually goes to my question: if Saquon's hurt, do you hold Danny Dimes to that same caliber?
It depends. It honestly depends. I mean, right now, off the top of my head, I don't know what their situation is looking like at running back.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think they have any depth at running back.
Who you talking about? The Giants?
Yeah,
Giants. Yeah,
they got Saquon.
They probably still have Matt Breida.
I mean, I don't know who else the Giants have.
Unless they drafted somebody, if y'all remember.
He
but
might be 3 now, actually.
I guarantee you, considering what they were able to do last season with the receivers that they had, because remind you, Daniel Jones is not that far behind Geno, and they ain't have, they didn't have like no top receivers on their team.
No, I don't disagree, but
he still did pretty well.
He found
and at the end of the season, and towards the end of the season, they had some wide receivers that stepped up and did pretty well.
Yeah.
So
what was that guy? Hodges or something?
Hodgins. You had this other guy.
You
what's his name?
had Slayton. You had Hodgins.
Slayton be getting disrespected, bro.
Yeah, I'm not disrespecting him.
No, I'm not saying you disrespecting him. I'm saying he be getting disrespected in general because Slayton has time and time again stepped up and shown that he is that dude and he can. Yes. He's a good receiver for the team.
Yeah,
and I know that at one point last season, this man was not getting any looks. Fantasy points was low, and they pretty much waited until they had nothing left, and then they put Slayton in there, and that man did what he always do.
What he could have been doing the whole time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Something that he could have been doing, like you said, the entire time.
Yeah.
So they got some options there. I'm pretty sure they're going to improve. The Saquon thing, we don't know what's going to happen with that. But like I said, Jones was not far behind Geno when it came to stats. So I only see him improving, and that's why I have him higher. I'm going to still have him higher. I think the reason why Geno is low is because people were not expecting Geno to do what he did. So now, maybe if he could do it again a second season, then it's going to be like, all right, his stock is going to rise up.
I feel that.
But right now, if it's me, knowing like we've been playing fantasy for years, I'm playing it safe. I'm going to play it safe. And if I got to choose a quarterback, I'm going to choose guys higher than Geno on the list. Before I even look at Geno. Geno is like a later round. If he fall to me, I'll pick him up in exchange for a higher tier wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends.
Listen, Geno and Dak are the same people to me.
You're right. And that's why I said Dak, depending on injuries, that's his only thing. Because when Dak is healthy, he is a baller. And he definitely has the weapons to ball out.
Yeah.
He's been on a decline. I don't know what his issue is. He should be able to bounce back this year. I just don't trust him fantasy-wise.
He's just injury prone. Give him the gunshot, bro. Yeah. Gunshot for Dak.
Give him another one. I love to give that gunshot.
I want to push back on another one.
Go ahead.
Josh Allen.
Go ahead.
Trash Allen.
Josh Allen starts off strong.
Yeah.
If you actually go back into his stats, that tailed off. I mean, and maybe I will give him the excuse that he got hurt. But he still played through all of it, and he played okay enough.
Played like he wasn't hurt.
Listen,
honestly.
Stat-wise, Josh Allen is number 2 behind Patrick Mahomes.
No, I understand.
That man is going to be...
But you have to understand how much points he put up in like the first 6 weeks of the season. All of that tailed off. I'm telling you, when I had him last year... There was a point where I said I will rather put in Justin Fields.
Hey, but at that time, Justin Fields wasn't doing nothing.
No. But that's what I'm saying. The reason I put Justin Fields over Josh Allen is because Justin Fields outplayed him.
Yeah, but
and we're
Justin Fields still plays for Chicago.
No, you're not wrong. So when you're talking about totality,
exactly.
when you're talking about totality and things like that, I understand. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, like, Josh Allen, he will give you the points because he runs, he throws the touchdowns, he gets everything.
Mm-hmm.
He throws you a lot of picks, and I don't know if that's slowing down or not.
Seems like it's increasing.
Yeah, he throws you a lot of picks. He's not. I mean, fantasy wise, it doesn't really matter of how clutch he is. But as a regular quarterback, he's not as clutch as everybody likes to think. But it's not regarding fantasy. But what I'm saying is his points is all I'm saying is they tailed down. Like they tailed down at the end of the season. A lot of the game scripts just it wasn't pretty games for him.
True.
So,
but at the end of the day, whether they tailed off or not, the fact that he still ended the season at number 2 behind Patrick Mahomes means that the tailing off don't really mean much.
Yeah.
When it comes to fantasy and whether or not you're going to win games, if you want a good quarterback, you're going to look at Josh Allen.
I think what that shows is that his average score per game is usually like at least 20. Like you're guaranteed a 20.
He's going to get you what you need, or exceed that,
or exceed it,
and that's what you want. You want a guy that you know is going to give you what you need.
He was definitely giving you about 30, 40s for the first four, for 6 games of the games, or what. Until and then it's just like after the season started wearing down, he started getting you just a 20.
Mm-hmm.
Started just getting you a 22, a 21.
That's when they started.
But it was always consistent though,
right?
So that's why no matter what, his numbers are gonna show you that he's a number 2 quarterback behind Mahomes. Because Mahomes had some good and bad games, but his game, for Mahomes, and Mahomes consistently was probably giving you 25, every game.
I will say I do fear for Josh Allen. He is that dude. But running as hard as he do and as consistently he does, it's going to be tough for him playing against the AFC East, how stacked they are this year.
For sure.
And you got to go play Philly's division. Was that NFC East as well? You got to play Philly. You got to play Dallas.
It's a lot of good defenses. A lot of good defenses.
It's going to be a real testament against his
It's hard for Dolphins, the Jets, the Patriots, and the Bills. We all going to have to fight through that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
consistency is key, man.
Yeah. So let's just jump into these free agent running backs, right? So let's start with the big topic that everybody is trying to figure out where he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin Cook.
Come home, Dalvin.
So he came out and said that he wants to go to a team that values him.
Yep.
And I know that the Dolphins have maybe about like 10 mil. 13 mil.
Yeah.
But I did see that the Rams also freed up 10 mil this year. Just today, I believe.
Do you think the Dolphins are going to value him?
That is the question.
Because right now their depth at running back is crazy.
They're going to cut some for
True.
sure.
They are going to cut some.
You're going to keep Mostert.
What I'm getting at is
Wilson.
You see how they've been rolling these past few seasons as far as running back goes. They don't seem like the type of team that cares about a big name. They're going to roll with the people that they know they can rely on, and, it's going to be reasonable for them. So if they do get Dalvin, are they going to value him, or is he going to be like somebody who might end up just doing, a season or two and then he's out of there?
That's all possibilities. The reason to your point that for the Dolphins, just some of the other players on that list for, the free agent running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like just for, context purposes, the people on that list are Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt, and Kenyon Drake.
Right.
So there was a point in time where all these guys were top running backs. Maybe not Drake as much, but
not Drake he had like
a season where we drafted him like a somewhat top running back, like a running back too.
Yeah.
But
the rest of them for sure.
Yeah, we're all tops.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if we if we end up if we don't get Dalvin, and we do want the running back, I can see us paying Leonard Fournette. I can see us paying Ezekiel like a quick little $5 million.
It's all about price point. I don't mind paying Dalvin the $13 million. I personally don't want to pay Zeke that much.
We're not paying Zeke. No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Those boys, the rest of them, Dalvin is the one that's still the most productive.
Yeah.
And still
for sure.
more lightning in a bottle than all of those boys.
Yeah, he can
even when he gets injured. He heal up a little bit,
and he still come out and
protect
ball
that
for you.
shoulder, and get back to it.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like he's getting the attention because he's a big name running back, and he should be sought after.
Yeah.
So the thing is that running back is hard in this league to get paid. And they let you go because they didn't want to pay you.
And then they drafted running backs like crazy now.
Liability is the main reason why.
Exactly.
That's why so many of these teams they go run by a committee.
Yeah, they go by a committee, or they go get that one guy for the draft and be like, I got you for 5 years. Or 4 years.
Or you be the Falcons and they draft 2 running backs 2 years in a row. And
they
had Cordell Patterson
2 in a row.
Well, Algier wasn't a top pick, but they did.
Yeah. So John's always on the line at running back.
But I mean, I could see Dalvin going to Miami, but they did mention the possibility of him going to the Chiefs.
And that's what I saw too. I was like,
So
Chiefs, Rams, Dolphins, because the Rams need a running back. Yeah. They don't like their running back room. They need a running back. They want to get back into contending again. So the Rams need a running back. I can see them trying to, if they freed up $10 million, I can see them trying to poach him.
Yeah.
And then, not to stay on Dalvin, so like with Zeke, he had like during the beginning of free agency, there was a lot of talk of where Zeke was gonna go. I mean, I heard Buffalo, I heard Cincinnati.
I heard several places before re-signings too, like Philly, Raiders, stuff like that. So
with that,
Panthers.
Panthers.
They got Miles, but I guess you're right.
The Panthers was one of the teams that was mentioned, and I don't know how I feel about that one.
With Zeke?
Yeah.
My best bet is he's gonna go either Cincinnati or Bills.
Yeah.
Because no, he's not going to the Bills because the Bills went and got Harris.
They got Harris. They got James Cook.
Yeah, so
they got options there.
Well, Chicago just lost Robinson, right?
He could go there if he wants to try to, step in.
I don't know if they have enough cap.
No. What do you mean cap? I mean, Chicago got the most money.
They had the most?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
I'm pretty sure they didn't spend all of it. They got the most money. And then that's the thing. So I think Zeke is gonna get picked up. The one person that, other than Dalvin, that is kind of shocking to me at this moment is Leonard Fournette.
A lot of people put him as,
and I haven't even heard a word about Leonard Fournette.
A lot of people say he scored that because of the system. They don't think he's that top running back that he got drafted to be anymore.
They're capping. This man was balling out of LSU. He was balling in Jacksonville. That year that they almost got to the that they were in the playoffs. He
balled 2 years there, heavy.
Yeah, I mean he had one off year and then they traded him.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like so he balled out in Jacksonville straight out of college, and he went on to the Bucks and they tried him for a little quick second and then they realized he was the better running back.
Yeah.
So and then that's when he became playoff Lenny. So you got Leonard Fournette, dog. Like it's shocking to see that nobody has picked him up, and I don't know if it's because they want more money or if it's an issue with something else.
I wonder. I don't remember how much you got on the Bucks, but I don't remember him getting no crazy deal over there. So
no,
I don't know if he's just trying to secure his future right now, because I'm sure he's tired of 1-2 year deals.
But now I saw that they were mentioning Fournette possibly like fitting it with the Chargers. How y'all feel about that?
You said Fournette?
Mm-hmm.
To go with
because right now all they have is Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly as their top two.
I think
they like Joshua Kelly though as their backup. They've been pretty content with him, and then they also had Sony Michel unless they released him.
I think that'll devalue their starter running back.
Eckler,
yeah.
With Leonard, yeah.
Leonard.
I think
like it.
I see Leonard. Let's see. I can see Leonard going to the Bears.
I can too.
I can see Leonard going to the Bears. I can see Leonard going.
Now I just double checked. They have the Bears also have, because I knew they had somebody else. They have Deontay Foreman.
That's right. That's
yeah. He ain't going to
the
Bears.
Robinson.
He ain't going to
that's
the Bears.
What they got to say there for Robinson. No, I don't know where he can go then.
I mean, when you think about it, Eckler is definitely the pass catching back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to go to Chargers.
It wouldn't hurt because you get that 1-2 punch. from him being there, so I
Yeah.
could see it. They definitely need to help. Joshua Kelly is kind of like you just got to kind of see how he grows with that team.
Mm-hmm.
Is Mark Ingram still gonna be on the Saints?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I don't
But
remember seeing him.
But that's why they got Jamal Williams to play his role.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But
Kamara.
if Kamara does end up suspended at some point, I can see
1 year
that
deal.
somebody taking a 1 year deal to go to the Saints to be, a smash and dash with Jamal.
Yeah. Now they mentioned Kareem Hunt being the guy to do that.
True.
They
Possibly
mentioned
do
for New Orleans
For Kareem
because
Hunt
he's
to go to the
similar.
Saints.
He can play the same role. He's not as good
Right.
but it's crazy. Y'all forget that Kareem Hunt was the best running back
and
in the
he's
league at one
still
point,
young.
right?
Number one. He was number one,
bro. Like
Kareem
when
Hunt,
his
when
first
he was
year,
playing for the Chiefs,
his first year, he was
dude.
Was he?
He
What?
wasn't. No, you weren't drafting him number one, but he was playing as the best
he was that
running
dude.
back.
I don't remember him being.
Kareem
I remember
Hunt
being
was
a top
No, he
running
didn't,
back,
he
but
didn't,
number one. I
he
don't remember
didn't
that.
fumble, and he always ran. He caught.
Mm-hmm.
He did everything.
He
bro.
was that dude in Kansas City until he got in trouble.
Yeah, and then he went to the Browns and he took a lesser role,
But he was still doing his thing though.
He was
Yeah.
doing his thing, yeah, because they were scared about that. With
So that's what I'm
Chubb,
saying. And Kareem Hunt is a very interesting prospect for a lot of teams, to be honest with you, because he still could probably tap into some of that that talent.
Yeah. Now he could
curious
still
about
end up
that.
staying with the Browns,
You think so?
but then, yeah, because they haven't really. It's possible he might leave, but it's possible they might keep him. But then I saw that they were talking about maybe Denver, possibly him going to Denver.
Because Williams,
Javonte Williams
tore his ACL. I don't know if he's 100%. Like, he did it early in the season, so he should be honestly good to go by training camp. But because he tore his ACL, they're gonna want to be easy on it.
Right.
So it's possible that they can do that, and then somebody can come in and help out. Because I mean, they let go of Gordon, so it's really just Javonte Williams at this point, which he wanted. He probably wished it was like that from the jump, so he could be eaten. But you got Javonte, and then you go add another running back like Kareem Hunt or Leonard Fournette or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're right. 2017, Kareem Hunt was the best running back.
Yeah, man, I remember that. Like it was yesterday, bro.
Yeah,
he was that guy,
killing people, bro. And he came out of nowhere, bro. Just nowhere. And the last person was with Drake, right? And I mean, Drake is gonna catch on somewhere, but they're gonna probably pick him up as like another pass catching back. It wouldn't even shock me if he went back to Baltimore again.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. Him possibly staying in Baltimore.
Because what's funny? Because I know I've been hearing some rumblings about J.K. Dobbins being upset.
Oh yeah,
already? Why? Because Gus?
I guess maybe he just feels like they don't believe in him, and they won't. And I feel like you know what happens when a running back feels like they don't believe in you. They get to this point where if they truly don't believe in you, they start lessening your reps.
Yeah, they won't.
They lessen
give you a real
reps.
shot, but it'll suck because this man is in what, second or third year now.
Exactly, but he just came off an injury, so
yeah,
and running back is running backs. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you got to also keep in mind the Ravens, and that's why I put Lamar as high as I did, because they're going to turn into a passing offense this year. It's no longer run first. This is
they got to preserve him, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, you playing with his life, pretty much playing with him at that point. Not with his life, but like just with his health as far as injuries.
Yeah, if you keep putting him in harm's way by running, like Lamar won't make it through the season. So change your game up. They done got Odell, they got Flowers, they have Bateman. Is there any other receivers other than Andrews as a tight end? I don't think there's any other receivers. But yeah, so you got those three receivers, and you have those Andrews. Jackson gonna ball out, bro.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it's a little crazy.
And that's what worries about Fields. Like, they're pretty much doing the same trajectory the Ravens did with Lamar. And you keep running like that, eventually you're going to get hurt.
Yeah, that's honestly the other reason why I just couldn't have him at high.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he still played for the Chicago Bears, man.
It is Chicago, yeah.
So
yeah.
That's just one of the things with Jackson. But back to Dalvin, I just want to say, I mean, I know he wants to be valued,
Right.
but he knows, like, in my mind, and on all honesty, it's like, I know he wants to get his last paycheck probably.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. But I feel like he should value winning, and he should value comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should want to come to Miami. He's been here. Like, he's been playing in Minnesota, bro.
In the cold, baby.
He's been in Minnesota. I mean,
it would be a good fit for him. I think.
So if you put Dalvin Cook on Miami, I almost have to readjust the running back rankings, a little bit, because Dalvin Cook at least should be in my top 10 if he gets to Miami. I think that we have enough team. He'll be in a committee.
I don't know, man, because like Tyreek Hill and Waddle still got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Debo offense too with Mike McDaniel, the Debo style.
I understand, but the reason why I feel like it doesn't,
like, he's not gonna be. I feel like if Dalvin goes there, they switching between running backs too often in Miami.
mm-hmm.
They would have to, if they bring him there, they would have to change something up to where he would be getting more touches.
Yeah,
and they would have
to. Alex saying they would alter it.
I need them to give more touches to the running back.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's going. I can't say that's going to work with Hill and Waddle.
I think if you pay this man $13 million a year, you're going to have to.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that we will not pay him $13 million.
I just don't think. I don't know if it'll work.
He might get an 8. He might get a 9. He might get 10.
He's gonna get less carries, but I think he's gonna get.
That's what's gonna happen.
He's gonna get a lot more passes.
I think that y'all have to remember, although we do have Hill, we do have Waddle. The receiving core is crazy. Tua can throw. Everybody can get off his dick. But I think, for one thing, McDaniels, he's coming from the Shanahan tree. They hang their hat on the run game. And when you hang your hat on the run game and you have a prolific pass game like we possibly have.
Listen, if they're able to do what San Fran is doing, okay.
San Fran don't have the pass game, though. They just have a great system.
At one point,
hold on. Purdy, man. Come on.
No, Purdy was good.
I'm saying back when
Torrey Smith,
you had Debo over there balling. They still had decent running backs. If he can do something like that, where you can feed everybody and everybody get a chance to eat,
that's what I'm trying to say. I believe he can feed everybody.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If it's like San Fran, okay.
Also, are you saying like if he can
as far
run
as
an offense as everybody eats and everybody's good
exactly
with it?
As far as I'm gonna make sure my wide receivers eat, I'm gonna make sure my running backs eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially now, like y'all boys was talking about drafting McCaffrey, son, and then y'all still gonna go.
You too.
Listen, man.
Exactly.
Don't put that only on us. You said it too.
Listen, if the Lord bless me with first round pick,
second overall,
I ain't taking second overall. I'm taking the first guy on the list.
Okay, respect.
And if McCaffrey the first guy on the list, I'm taking the person under him.
But he was number 2 on your running back list.
Give that man a shot.
I'm taking the person under him.
What?
Because I ain't playing with that injury shit, man. I don't play with it.
I don't care, bro. All I'm saying is that McDaniel, I think that they can do everything, have an offense that everybody eats. He 100%. May have to work at it a little bit, but Dalvin Cook is a good enough running back in that system, just the Shanahan and running system that they have, to go over 1,000 yards easy.
Yeah. If he go over there, we're gonna have to see, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see, but that's the thing. So we just gonna
figure it out. It's a lot of variables that come into play for that to work out.
To me, the main variable is Tua.
It is. That's the very first variable in that situation. Mm-hmm. If this man Tua cannot continue to grow, and if them injuries keep plaguing him,
it's not gonna work.
We're gonna have problems, man.
Yeah. Listen, man, he in what, year 4?
Yep.
He put on size, bro. Listen, we used to be in a time where quarterbacks had time to develop.
Yeah.
We used to be. Now it's an instant gratification type of league. Like, they want to see your quarterback balling out season 1.
Rookie year.
Yeah.
With an average team.
Yeah, like not even average. If you were a top pick, like how Tua is, and those type of
Trevor,
like all these boys, like you think that a sorry team is going to be able to produce a top quarterback his rookie year? Now, Joe Burrow was close, but he tore his ACL his rookie year, so we can't talk about him.
Yeah.
The best bet that we can go off is Herbert, but Herbert ain't win nothing yet. And he ain't win his playoff game yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he got there this year, so kudos to him. But, like, you know, he's one of those people that you look at, you're like, all right, so he came out his rookie year, he balled out. But we can't keep looking at it. Like, because Bryce
Young?
Yeah, like, you know, what's the other one?
I don't remember Kyler Murray having a breakout first year.
No, Kyler Murray wasn't.
Second year was like that, but I remember his first year.
Kyler Murray, he did good.
He did good for sure.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, like...
Definitely that second season, he took it to the next level.
Yeah, but he did good.
Yeah.
He won Rookie of the Year.
True.
So, I mean, it just all depends on what you look at. And, like, he's the number 1 pick, though. You know what I'm saying? So, you expect that. But I just feel like at the end of the day, Tua literally got a coach that believed in him, and you literally seen the difference in one season.
Yeah.
You're going into the same system next year with the same coach that believes in you, with your head up high, because before you got injured, you was balling.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If Tua has complications this season, what we doing?
Mike White.
Oh, you talking about during the season or for his career?
This season.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is, bro. That's why I always was asking for like maybe a little bit, like y'all wasn't with it, but I was like maybe go get you a veteran, bro. Like I know I said Tannehill, but throw that out. But I'm just saying a veteran,
no, thank you.
a veteran presence that is still somewhat good. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Who?
But it just all depends on what you look at.
Who's a veteran presence?
No Matt Ryan.
Hell no.
I listen. Carson Wentz is looking at.
Nope.
No, I'm saying I just saw something right now. He actually is getting picked up.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. So he went to Tampa now. So that if somebody now he didn't get signed there, but he's over there throwing around and practicing. So that tells me Baker ain't doing a good job. That tells me that Heineke ain't doing a good job. So.
However you say Cuz name.
Yeah, whatever. But Wentz is one of those people. But like
no Nick Foles.
No, I mean there's gotta be to be honest with you, the worst case scenario, bro, go even get Cam freaking Newton, bro.
I don't think so.
Worst case scenario.
I don't think so.
Worst.
If Tua failed, Dolphins fail. I'm sorry.
No,
unless Mike White. A lot of people like Mike White. It maybe he could do something, but
I really wanted to get Gardner Minshew or something like that, to be honest with you.
Gardner Minshew is a good fill-in.
No, I'm saying for just in case Tua gets hurt.
Yeah, he's a good fill-in.
If Tua gets hurt, we tank. We need a tank. We need to tank, all right? And tank hard. The reason I say that is because we're going to go after Caleb. That's it. And he already wanted to come to Miami. He said it, USC quarterback.
Yeah.
So Caleb Williams, bro, Heisman winner. They say he's the next Patrick Mahomes.
I'd be in for it.
If Tua can't do it this year, health wise, if he makes it through the season but has like ups and downs, I'm gonna still go with him for his 5th year.
You know what I always wish for, man? I wish that we drafted Trevor Lawrence. I really wish we got him. Cause I like Trevor Lawrence, man. I feel like he's a solid QB.
We didn't have the opportunity to go get a number 1 pick, bro. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is gonna. They look at him like Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, them boys. That's the type of company that they put him in.
Superstar.
So
quarterback.
So I like Trevor Lawrence and I like Calvin Ridley, bro. And when people are actually putting Calvin Ridley, that's why I don't know. I gotta watch the clip because I wasn't here that day. But I put Calvin Ridley in my top list because y'all gotta understand, bro. Like Calvin Ridley was a top quarterback in Atlanta. I mean, receiver in Atlanta. He's going to an up and coming, top quarterback who is looking at him like, oh, you were brought to be my alpha receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And only reason why I feel like it don't work is Calvin Ridley just sat there and did nothing while he was, while he was suspended for gambling. So but I think Calvin Ridley is gonna elevate because
he definitely is gonna elevate. I already saw an article that said that he's already built a rapport with Trevor Lawrence and that he's looking great.
Yeah, I mean, and Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones. Is Zay Jones there still?
I think so.
Okay, as long as he's still
team. Another playoff push.
And then so you got them boys. I think and that's the thing. Calvin Ridley can make a difference though.
He can.
He can make it. He's one of those guys that you like when you don't have nobody open and you need that play, that third down and long, and you need somebody to go make that. Calvin Ridley is good enough to make that catch.
100%.
Listen.
So I mean, I just think I put him up there because I want to say that Lawrence is going to elevate him because he's going to look for him often. So I feel like Calvin Ridley should eat this year.
That's why I know my strategy is probably going to be like usual. Focus on getting good wide receivers, running backs. Give me a solid tight end in the first I want to say 7 rounds.
I'm going 6, bro. I ain't even messing with it this year.
And that all depends on if quarterbacks start flying off the board. And then I easily go pick up Trevor Lawrence, bro, without even thinking twice.
I believe in him because I've seen him win a playoff game. He's been doing okay. It's just hard for me to be like Trevor Lawrence yet.
For my draft strategy, yes.
Yeah.
If I had a different strategy where I'm trying to get a QB in like the first 3 rounds, then I would be like trying to get, Patrick Mahomes or whoever. But as far as because I typically don't like to get a quarterback until around round 8, round 9, and focus on getting. And that's how
I made that mistake last year. It's never happening again.
What?
Picking a late quarterback.
Hey, that shit works for me, bro. I don't want.
It's you have to. You have to.
I got Justin Fields.
Listen, if you know what you're doing, that strategy works. I've won countless times using that strategy.
I can't. I don't disagree with you. And my strategy would have been beautiful if Russell Wilson didn't decide to be trash.
Listen, well, yeah, because that was a fluke. We thought Russ was gonna be top
Russ again.
Yeah. So, and he surely was not that.
Not even close.
That's what I'm saying. And that's not. And I don't think I even waited till 8 and 9 for that. I think I probably waited 7. But
see, if you had waited till 8, you would have probably never got him. You would have got somebody else.
I mean, I still ended up picking up Tua, which wasn't horrible, but I didn't see Tua having that year at that point.
Tua would have been a steal for you then.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he was a steal. I just ended up dropping him because I was concerned, but it is where it is. But I mean, listen, y'all boys, quarterback is volatile.
The most.
Tight end is volatile.
Yeah, ain't nothing more volatile than I say tight end. Probably more volatile than quarterback.
It is
because there's plenty of decent quarterbacks that you can get by with if the rest of your roster is strong.
Yeah.
Listen, with tight end, there's only one I trust. If
Travis
I ain't getting
Kelce.
him,
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
Way to the back.
I think if depending on where my draft is, not in the sleeper league because it's a keeper, and I'm pretty sure unless Lamont doesn't want to keep Kelce, I might have to, depending on where I am, because I saw a stat, right, and it was he gives you the most bang for your buck from any position, because you draft him in the first round, you're almost guaranteed, no matter what, a top 5 finish every week from that person, from Kelce at least.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah. You see the numbers.
I don't know, dog. But let's just wrap this up. Dolphins all day. Y'all see the helmet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I see my dog with the chain. But anyway, thank y'all for watching FantasyFlo podcast. This is football. As we said before, basketball season is over. We are back in full effect with football.
Yes.
We'll talk to y'all boys later.
Deuces.
Yeah. Listen. Took some time to get these mental reps. God body complex. Always go for more, never strive for less. Couldn't walk in my shoes, you ain't prepared for that. You niggas holding so much space, ain't claiming no cap. This here my luxury tax, get a massage, write raps. We done came so far to have to ever look back. Big portions, ain't playing no